Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 5, where, as you can see, I'm back doing Thomas. And this is Thomas Willerton to Bishop's Lydiard. Continuation from 2 weeks ago. You have successfully helped Thomas find Annie and Clarabelle. Now continue running the passenger service with Thomas to Bishop's Lydiard. That means stopping at, getting the passengers on and off at Willerton, then Stogumber, Crowcombe Heathfield, and Bishop's Lydiard. So, passengers are on this side. Open the doors. Let everyone off who wants to get off, and everyone on who wants to get on. I will be closing the doors with about 10 seconds before we leave. Which is now. Then I will wait for the time to leave. Off we go. 10 miles an hour in the station. Or below 10 miles an hour in the station, because that's the speed limit. Go over the catch point, which is set for us. Those are designed to catch any runaways, which does occasionally happen. It makes them go into the ballast rather than go running down the rest of the main line. There we go, we can go up to 25, and we've got 3 miles to get to Stogumber. Most of it is uphill. So we want to keep as close to 25 as we can, but that means constantly using the throttle every now and then to stop the speed dropping too much. So this jerking, if I go into that view, it won't be so noticeable. Actually, it will be noticeable. Toy train physics, effectively. Let's go back into that view. I keep saying this, but I'm going to keep saying it every time I use this route. For a route that was originally made for Train Sim World 2 quite a few years ago, the West Somerset Railway route does hold up pretty well. I mean, some of the more modern routes, the only reason they look different is they've got more detail, more scenery. So many more trees, more buildings that have got more polygons. and everything like that. This route just shows you don't need a lot of detail to make a route believable. I mean, this looks like the real place. Not that I've ever been there. Would love to go, but it's the cost and time involved to get there. I mean, I live in the middle of the UK. Or middle of England, anyway. And the West Somerset Railway is down in Somerset, strangely enough. It's quite a distance when you don't drive and you have to rely on public transport. And it's not just that, it costs quite a bit. Might actually have a look at that while I'm doing this driving. Let's have a look. Oh, slowing down too much. I'm concentrating on doing too much. So how long it'll take to get down there? My phone is playing silly. Well, train line can't find an actual train to get down there. Which is typical. I'd have to find what the nearest station with a regular service is. And then bus routes. That's a bit annoying. Oh well. Oh, we're nearly at Stogumber. Where we will be stopping for however long. Looks like it's going to be about 2 minutes. Or near enough 2 minutes. While passengers get on and off. Platform's on my side. So don't have to worry about that. Here we go. Here's the platform. A lot of passengers on there. Okay. Start slowing down. And come to a stop. There we go, let everyone on, and I'm going to just hop out. Out the way, you're blocking my view. Go. Why did I have to stop there? I wanted a photo and they won't let me. Oh well, I'll just go down like this. There we go. Need the full funnel in. Go, screenshot taken. Still got a while to wait, so I don't know why they're just standing there. And shut that door. We've got just over a minute. It's a gorgeous day. I've got dynamic weather on, so there's the possibility of it changing. But sun's out. There's no clouds in the sky. It's almost like it is in real life. You on your phone. You're standing next to a lovely steam engine and you're on your phone. That's so realistic, because people do that. Right, I'm going to close the door now. 10 seconds before we depart. And then at 59, blow the whistle so that we leave on time. Now all those people that were waiting to cross over can cross. I don't know why they were waiting. We were still sitting there for over a minute afterwards. It's the whistle board for the other direction. Do have to try and make sure I whistle at the right place. I mean, do not want to miss the whistles, really. Yeah, some of them are on the other side, but I do see them from this side. Because we're not going around really, really tight bends. Oops, a little bit quick. There we go, 25. We've got the two ungated automatic crossings in this section before we get to Crowcombe Heathfield. They've got whistle boards before them, which are on the fireman's side. Be the driver's side if we were going the other direction. If we were facing the other way, I should say. But Great Western engines were left-hand drive. I think it's Great Western engines that were left-hand drive. With most of the others being right-hand drive. Into a cutting. Even with this route having been around, I'm going to guess around 10 years, it's still so good. The sheep. Right, no, they're cows. Cows that are lying down in the sun because it's too hot. Even though they're low poly models, they're still detailed enough. Oh, I missed the whistle. Whoops. I was looking at the cows. There's the first one. White light flashing so we can go over anyway. The whistle's meant to warn drivers that we're coming so that if they did decide to break the law and pass the flashing red lights, they knew there was actually a train coming. Something that doesn't get simulated. People jump in the level crossings. I'm glad they don't, because it'd be really difficult to stop one of these trains before the crossing in real life. And there have been a few accidents where people have willingly gone over the crossing when the red lights were flashing and hit the train. Unfortunately, some of them have had really bad results. How far have we got? 1 mile until we get to Crowcombe Heathfield. Next crossing is after this bit. And depending on which line we go into at Crowcombe Heathfield, it's either a 20 mph speed limit or 25 mph speed limit. There's the whistle board. I'm paying attention this time. White flashing light. So crossing is activated. Over the crossing. Can hear the sirens going. And 0.6 miles to Crowcombe Heathfield. See which side of the line we're going, which platform we're going into. Whistleboard for this flat crossing just up here, which is a occupation crossing. Just here. AWS ramp for locos that are fitted with AWS. Thomas and Diesel aren't. I think it'd be too complicated for children if they were. And while I love putting the AWS on when I'm driving real trains in the game, things like the Class 323, the Class 142, even the steam engines have AWS. We are going right-hand road, so we don't have to slow down. At least not until we get into the platform. I'll just let it slow down, but naturally now. And bring it down even more. And stop. Open the doors. And people can get out and then jump back on. We've got we've got about over 2 minutes to wait. You can look at the station. There's the signal box on the platform I'm in. Some nice planters. Little... Why Why are people jumping down onto the rails? That's not a approved walking route. Silly. Really weird. Would if it was further along the line, that'd be a plate layer's hut. It's a lamp room. Ah, it's the stuff for the signals. There's the waiting shelter on that platform. Go back to this side. We've got... oh, it's actually the station building, because that's the waiting shelter. And there's the signal box and the lamps. We've got a while before we go. Anything else of interest? It is a nice little station. You enjoying your coffee? Okay, 10 seconds before I close the doors. Whoops. Helps if I do. I accidentally opened the other doors then. Shouldn't have done. I forgot to whistle before heading off. Oh well. We should now be heading mostly downhill. And because we're on the opposite road to normal, we don't have a catch point. Yeah, we're definitely going downhill because we're speeding up without me touching the controller. Now I've got to try and stay within line speed without going above it, because I want the most amount of AP, activity points. Here we go, staying within the speed limit, trying to. Over the AWS ramp for the station that we've just been to. Problem with driving when you're going downhill and having to keep an eye on the speed, you don't see any of the signs, like the whistle boards or whatnot, alongside the railway, because your eyes are not concentrating on... there we go. Your eyes aren't concentrating on the track, which is what you're meant to be doing. You're more concentrating on the speed. Because you don't want to be speeding. Even in real life, they don't want to be speeding. So... you're concentrating on the speed limit. Or the speed dial, in this case. Which, as you can see, I keep getting it down to 24, and then it accelerates back up. Though at the moment, it's not accelerating up. It is now. We've got 2.5 miles before we get to Bishop's Lydiard. Which we should get into the left-hand platform, because that's the main platform at Bishop's Lydiard. Oh, we're going at a steady speed now. That's what we need. Can we stay at this speed, please? I hope it stays like this now, because it is annoying when it's constantly going fast then slow, then fast then slow. Must admit, I do like this green. It's much better than the blue. Thomas normally carries Caledonian Railway blue. This, I found out relatively recently, last week, that the London Brighton South Coast Railway did actually have a green livery. But the class that Thomas is, the E2, would never have carried it. At least, not when they were on suburban and branch line passenger services. Because it was meant for freight engines, not passenger engines. And the E2s originally were suburban passenger, not suburban passenger and branch line passenger, rather than freight. They only got downgraded when the freight engines went black. Oops, a bit too quick there. Freight engines were black by the time the E2s were downgraded to freight. And after that, it became part of the Southern Railway. Any surviving engines at that point would have gone green, because that was the Southern Railway's colours. Passenger and freight engines were green. Until the war years, when they went black. So, the green is an LBSCR colour, it's just not something that Thomas's class would have carried. 1.2 miles, and we'll be at Bishop's Lydiard, which has a 10 mile an hour speed limit. Soon see that on the HUD, on the bit which says distance. And that's when I really have to start slowing down. There we go, it's just appeared on the HUD. Above a yellow signal, because the signal after it will be red. Because that is where this timetable service ends. Whistleboard. Slowing down a bit too much. We've got the signal for the advanced home signal. Just up ahead, which should be green. It is. It's on the other side, so that's correct. That'll now go red because we've passed through it. Next signal is the junction signal, which will tell us which platform we're going into. Judging by the fact that it's 10 miles an hour, we'll be going over the point work. Another whistle board. We're going to be on time, even if we slow down. But we need to be going at 10 miles an hour by the time we get to the junction signal for the station, which is the home signal. We've passed the advanced home. Which, if there's a train in this little bit of line, that would be red anyway. Looks like we're going to the left, which is the main platform. And we need to slow down to 10 miles an hour. There we go, 10 miles an hour. Let's go to this side. That way we can see. Oh, bit quick. Slow down a bit. Over the board crossing. And just creep in, because we've got plenty of time. Doesn't matter if we're taking our time. And we want to stop as close to that pillar of light as we can, which is there. Open the doors. Wait for the passengers to get on and... well, it's supposed to actually get off without getting on, but you can't just stop them getting on, unfortunately. Because this is the end of this timetable. And there we go. Objective complete. Performance breakdown. Stogumber. Due 13:15. Actual arrival 13:13. 0.189 yards away. Crowcombe Heathfield. Due 13:24. Actual arrival 13:22. 1.92 yards away. Bishop's Lydiard. Due 13:37, actual arrival 13:35, and the same number of yards as Crowcombe Heathfield. Objective complete 1,000, distance travelled 2,535. Safety systems and CAD setup NA, speeding 0, wipers 0, stops, on time bonus 174, accuracy bonus 474. That is not shown, but that's a platinum award. So, I hope that you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. And if you want to see more, hit the notifications, because then you'll be notified anytime I upload. Until the next video, have a great time, and